Well, ladies and gentlemen, apologies for the delay. We are officially on air here from Lake Myrtle Sports Park in the final day of the UMPI Baseball RussMatt Tournament in 2026. It was a 1-2-3 top of the first inning, and the Owls are out there in the field for the bottom of the first. They will be the visiting team as the Bates Bobcats step into the box for the first time. It's Keegan Ryan, the center fielder, to lead things off for the Bobcats. Diego Maldonado on the hill for UMPI. His first pitch was a curveball missed low, and his second one a fastball that is downstairs. Had some technical difficulties getting online, but everything seems to be A-OK now. And if it's not, I'll probably hear it from somebody. But we're going to go with it for now. Appreciate you joining us here for this 2026 RussMatt Tournament as he will walk the leadoff batter, Keegan Ryan. I'll hit him. Thank you to my wife, Allison, who's doing the live stats. I was looking down at my computer, missed what happened. It's been a chaotic start here, but we were online, and we're going. Diego Maldonado, the southpaw for the Owls, making his second start of the tournament as he misses low down to Jack Margiloff, the right fielder for Bates. Bates 8-1 on the season. Out of the NESCAC conference, one of the better conferences in all of Division III. Maldonado will check over and pick off. He throws it to Brock Black, the Owls' first baseman. UMPI out there left to right, Mitchell Clay, Hector Perez, and Sammy Bay. And then third to first, it is Carter Murphy. Garrett Chadwick. At second base is Ronnie Goldman. And at first base is Brock Black. He steps off, the runner goes. They'll throw it down there, but he will be in there safely as Maldonado got him with the pickoff, but Ryan was running on first move, and he was too fleet of foot. The pickoff just a little too slow developing there for UMPI to be able to nab him, even though they did get him dead right. So in scoring position now is Ryan. Bates has done damage this year in their early season. The runner goes. Now stepping up to throw it down is Aiden Toy, and sliding in safely is Ryan. Another stolen base. 2 stolen bases for Ryan. Good to see Aiden Toy back out there behind the dish for UMPI. He went to a world of hurt last game when he took a ball and a place you don't want to take it. He exited the game, but he's back and behind the dish today. Here, this one lifted in the air to right field. Sammy Bay is camped under it. This should be deep enough to score the speedy Ryan. He will catch it. Bay unloads, but it will be up the line, and it is a sacrifice fly for Bates. Two batters and a run here for Bates as Ryan got around the bases. Now it's the third hitter in the lineup, Gibby Sullivan. Bates goes with their 3 outfielders in the top 3 spots in the order. That one misses just down low, they say. Diego Maldonado again making his second start. He started against Leslie earlier this week. Went 4 and about a third, or 2 2/3. 4 2/3 rather. That one a curveball misses down low, skirts by Aiden Toy, but he'll scramble back to pick it up. So 1 man gone here in the inning, and the Bates has their 3-hole up. Again, the Bobcats 8-1 on the year at NESCAC, a great conference. Another NESCAC team is playing over at a field behind us. Colby College is in town as Maldonado misses down low, and it is 3-1. That one kicks away from Toy and up on the backstop. It's ball 4. And reaching will be Gibby Sullivan. It's the second walk of the inning for Maldonado. A little uncharacteristic, but Diego is just a freshman. Right, the hit by pitch earlier. So that's just the first walk, but second free pass. As now it'll be the cleanup hole. David Swift, the first baseman. And the runner on first is Gibby Sullivan. Sullivan takes a lead off first. An aggressive one. That one in there for strike 1, a called strike. Everything's starting to, we are baking in the sun here at this field. We do have a roof over our heads, but the way the sun hits us, our computers are working hard to stay cool, as is my phone. So I got stuff under the table here, trying to get cool in the shade. Maldonado will pick off. Not in time. Almost actually running off the back of the bag there. Standing up was Sullivan. Black applies the tag, but he is in there safely. Maldonado comes set, takes a look at Sullivan. Now will deliver a slide step, and it misses just outside. Should be 2-1 here to the 4-hole, David Swift. Maldonado holds his leg this time, but then goes to the plate. It misses down low, 3-1. Maldonado having some trouble locating here in the early part of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if he does lose Swift here, if you don't see Dakota Morrow out of the dugout to pay him a visit. Maldonado will pick off. Not in time. Diving back safely is Sullivan. Happy to have all 13 viewers currently. We've got a decent amount of following here for these audio broadcasts, and I appreciate it. Maybe next year we'll be able to upgrade to video broadcasts. Maldonado, the long leg kick, now goes to the plate. Ball 4 inside. It's been a very tight zone in this first inning. Maldonado not missing by much. He is missing, but the Owls would love to see one of those get gifted to them and get something good to happen. There is one down in the inning, first and second. It'll be the 5-hole, Henry Prince. One down. The infield fly is in effect here. Maldonado just needs to pitch to contact. The one time he did, it was a fly out to right field. He takes a look at second. Now we'll go. That one, where did that miss? There's a curveball right down the heart of the plate. Called a ball. Maldonado comes set. Swing and a miss. Swinging over it there was Henry Prince. The DH here for Bates. Federico, Tucker, Dushny, and Yoxel round up the order for Bates. Runners go. This one fouled straight back. Might have been a hit and run. Ball bounced around a couple of times. Toy will go and grab it. But it is very good to see Aiden Toy out there. I think he had paid a visit to the ER last time, just as a precaution last night, as a precaution after he exited the game. He finished the inning after taking that foul ball, and then came out, went to the hospital, but then was back at his condo before the end of the night. And he is playing here in the final game of the RussMatt. This one fouled away by Prince. So Maldonado pitching from ahead this count. It is 1-2. Runners on first and second. Sullivan and Swift. Swift, the runner in scoring position. Chadwick slaps his glove behind him and then pops back to shortstop. Here's the pitch. A good curveball, and he got him. Diego Maldonado dropped it off the table, and Prince could not fight it off this time. He kind of pulled his head, and it'll be 2 down in the inning. That's a big out for UMPI. Just get to 2 outs and take away the sacrifice, anything, all the 1-out situations that you may run into when you get into a jam. Here is now John Federico, the shortstop for the Bobcats. Dancing off second is Sullivan. Now Maldonado has to spin. Chadwick wasn't anywhere in the area, but he had to courtesy toss it over there to avoid the reset. It was an attempt at second, and coach for Bates here is unhappy with that, saying that should be cut. John Martin is the coach for Bates. Saying it should be count as a disengagement, but he did throw it over there. The runners go. This one in there for a strike. They'll throw it down to second, and not in time. Sliding in safely was David Swift. Just got the feet under there before Ronnie Gallman could slap the tag on. I'm surprised Toy went to second with it, not third there. Maybe because it was a righty batter, didn't like it. It was kind of an outside pitch, but pitch was a strike, I believe. This one hit softly over towards the pitcher's mound. Maldonado stabs it out of the air. He'll take a couple steps and flip it to black. And the Owls are out of the inning. One run comes across for Bates on a sacrifice fly. It is 1-0 Bobcats after all. We'll see what the Owls can do. They went in order in the top of the first as we head to the top of the second. We're back here for the top of the second. The Owls with a 4-5-6 due up. It'll be Carter Murphy, Garrett Chadwick, and Hector Perez. Chadwick and Perez, two guys you got to keep an eye on for the Owls that have really struggled down here in Florida. They want to see these guys get going. They were the two best hitters for UMPI last year. They've had a few big hits at times, but they've been few and far between. They've moved them down the order a bit, 5 and 6 respectively. Chadwick in the 5-hole. It'll be Carter Murphy, the cleanup hitter for the Owls. Theo Zachariah, the southpaw pitcher for Bates. He'll come set, working out of the stretch. The starter misses outside for ball one. And that one runs up and in on him, a fastball as Murphy dodges out of the way. The Owls 2 and 6 here at the RussMatt. They've lost a lot of close games in there. Here's the 2-0. That one in there at the bottom of the zone for strike one. A couple of games yesterday, definitely in particular, the Owls got to be thinking about and looking at a game that they came back in the last inning to tie it against MCLA. That one misses high and away. 3-1 to Murphy. But the Owls were down to their final outs with nobody on, down by 5 runs, rallied all the way back to tie it at 6, force a bottom half of the 7th, and then in that inning, MCLA walked it off. Murphy fans at this one down Main Street. It was a hitter's count, and it'll be now a full count at 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It was in the dirt. They'll throw it to first here, and he is out. Sorry about that. We had to sort out the scoreboard up here in the booth. Garrett Chadwick grounded out on a hard hit ball, and then Hector Perez is down on strikes. So that is a 3-up, 3-down inning for Bates. We will head to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 in favor of the Bobcats. Coach Tim Burton's going to talk to our home plate umpire for a second, but it looks to be good-natured, as they will smile at each other. But the zone has been pretty small with Diego Maldonado on the hill, but it seems to be a good-natured discussion.
See a little more uniformity with the coaches. A little more uniformity. That's all. Tim, I'm gonna get out of here. Bro, I was trying to get one up. Caleb made him three yesterday. He goes, it's your turn, guys. What? Boy! Yeah! Yeah, no way.
Two down here in the bottom of the second. The Owls 2 up, 2 down. A fly out to center and then a ground out to second here as continue to try to sort out the situation up in the booth here as trying to keep up with the scoreboard. The scoreboard just not cooperating this week at any facility. RussMatt needs to do something about it because it is very misleading at times. That one, a curveball drops in there for strike one. This is the bottom of the order. Joe Yoxel, the second baseman. 2 down. This one hit on the ground right to Garrett Chadwick. He fields it on a hop and on to first, and that is the end of the inning. So very quick second inning for Diego Maldonado, just what UMPI wanted, and it's just 1-0 Bates. We head to the third. The Owls going to try to get their first base runner here. And it's still just 1-0, 1-2-3, bottom of the second. Barack Black will lead off this inning for the Owls. They've gone in order the first two, a trend over the last few days. But they want to wake up right now. Top of the third, 1-0 Bates. The Owls have kept them at bay through the first two innings. This one skied high in the air. There is room for the third baseman, Tucker. He ranges over and he runs out of room as it's beyond the Bates dugouts. So 1 pitch, 1 strike here to Brock Black, making his second or third start here at the RussMatt. He's been used off the bench as well, came in for the injured Toy yesterday, and he plays first base for Diego Maldonado, who's on the hill. That one, a sweeper that misses in from Zachariah, rather, the left-handed pitcher for Bates. Has been an efficient first two innings for him. And now skied high in the air. Is it going to run out of room again? He will, as this one's over to the first base side, almost goes into a trash can over there and bounces up along the grassy hill. Aumberdale, the only natural facility that the RussMatt uses, Winter Haven and Northeast Regional Park in Davenport. Both turf facilities. The Owls played most of their games at Winter Haven, a brand new chain of lakes complex. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 3 to get Brock Black. A great off-speed pitch from Zachariah, and the Bobcats will throw it around the infield, and there's one away. Aiden Toy next with Sammy Bay, the 9-hole. Waiting on deck. The Owls yet to reach. Here as Zachariah has been phenomenal. The Owls have put it in play, but a few strikeouts to his name as well, as that one misses outside for ball 1. Aiden Toy looking to get the stick going, and he hits it hard over to first base. Tough play for the diving Swift. He's there. They're going to try to cover, and they beat him to the bag. Wow, what a PFP by Theo Zachariah, along with the diving play of David Swift. That one is a base hit any day in the North Atlantic Conference, but this is not an ACT team they're playing. The Bates Bobcats. Bates Bobcats go 3-1 there for the out, and now Coach John Martin is out of the dugout. I wonder if Zachariah's on a pitch count or something, or maybe just seeing to see if he's okay. Yeah, the umpire comes out right away to make sure that that is the case. Coach Ryan, along with the infield of Bates around him. Bates wearing their black jerseys with maroon trim and white pants. A sharp look for the Bobcats. The Owls with their golds on the tops and the white pants with blue trim. Yeah, he'll be all right. So Zachariah currently throwing a perfect game through 2 2/3. It looked like Toy was going to break that up for a second. Any faster runner, too, also would have reached for Umpy, as it was kind of a slower developing play. Toy, a catcher, doesn't run super well, but he did hustle it and book it down there, made it close, but it was a great play to cover the bag by Zachariah. And a great play by Swift laying out for the backhand. Here's Sammy Bay, limited at-bats in Florida this year. His first pitch, he swings and fouls it away. He has another guy they want to get on base. Some other guys, Garrett Chadwick, Hector Perez, that can run quite a bit. Haven't gotten on, along with Sammy Bay, enough for the Owls to generate offense, and that's what they do. They will run like the wind when they are on. That one a called curveball, and Bay is down 0-2. 2 down here. And swing and a miss in the dirt. He got him. Bay is going to run down there. They'll throw it over there, but plenty of time to get Sammy Bay, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Theo Zachariah. We head to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Bates. Bottom of the third inning here as the top of the order looms for Bates as the first pitch to Keegan Ryan drops in for a strike. Right fielder, or the center fielder rather, reached on a hit by pitch to lead off the Bates offensive game and then came around to score, but nothing since as that one kicks away from Toy. It'll be 1-1, a fastball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Keegan Ryan. Maldonado up for his third inning of work. Great changeup as Ryan swings over it, and it is 1-2. Maldonado has done a fine job of pitching from ahead other than that rocky start he had in the first inning. He's been getting ahead of everybody. Here's the next one, the 1-2. Fouled away straight to the backstop as Ryan just fighting to stay alive there. It's been a fun RussMatt tournament for UMPI. They would have loved to have a couple more wins to their name, I'm sure, as some games slipped away from them yesterday. 7-6 and 4-2, the losses to MCLA. They lost to Cuca 4-2 as well. They easily could have 2-3 more wins in the win column, but good news is this is non-conference, and the Owls are definitely not at their best with the bats, so you got to think when they do get going, they're going to be a dangerous team with an NAC. Great pitch from Maldonado, a curveball dropped off the table. Like a broken record, I'm saying that today. Both lefty starting pitchers for these teams have thrown a high volume of curves, and that one gets Keegan Ryan. One down here in the bottom of the third. That one didn't quite get there as it is low for a ball. This is a great measuring stick game for the youngster Diego Maldonado. Obviously, the impact he's had with the bat has been huge. He's going to be one of UMPI's top arms as that one is in there, a fastball for strike one. Bates, a team that's probably better. No probably about it. They're better than anybody UMPI will play the rest of the year, and this is a great opportunity for Maldonado to face some really good hitters and see what he's got in the tank. 2-1 here. The 2-hole Jack Margiloff, and it is 3-1. He walked his first time up. Actually, no, he was the one that hit the sac fly as he swings and misses on the 3-1. It was pitched to take a daddy hack at. 3-2. He did have the RBI earlier on the sacrifice. Here is the full count pitch. Down the middle, fouled off himself as he is just out in front of it. Maldonado will trot over and pick it up himself. Diego just has been the hero of the Owls here at this RussMatt tournament. The grand slam he had in the win over Cuca College. That happened in the second inning, put him up 5-2, and the Owls play from head the rest of the way. It's 7 RBIs in that game as it misses upstairs for ball 4. So Margiloff reaches. One down here in the bottom of the third.
Go four.
Maldonado just goes slowly from the stretch, and he misses up and in. Not many lefties at all in this Bates lineup. In fact, I'm not sure if they have one lefty in the lineup. I don't know if they knew who UMPI starter was going to be. The runner goes. He got him this time. Brock back catches it, throws to short. Got him at second. So Maldonado got him with the pickoff move, and the Owls this time do execute. So he is erased as the Owls get to 2 down here in the inning. That one pitching from ahead. Maldonado gets a strike on him. This one hit on the ground to third base. It skips under the glove of Carter Murphy. That'll be an error. And now around first base is Henry Prince. He'll take a big turn and then put on the brakes. So a 2-out error. Tough play for Murphy, though, on this dirt. But it'll be an E5 as he reaches first base with 2 down. But it is big now that the Owls were able to pick off the runner Margiloff to erase him. So now it's just the runner on first. So 2 down in the inning. Maldonado drops the first one, a ball. Here to Gibby Sullivan. The slow delivery, he misses. Pardon me, this is David Swift. Gibby Sullivan reached on the error. To Murphy, 2-0. To Swift. Maldonado comes set. He's tried that pickoff move a few times, and he will here, but seeing it all the way this time was Sullivan as Black stabs it out of the air to avoid another error in this inning. A tough play for Murphy over there. Kind of tried to backhand it, had some spin on it, looked like it was going to be a backhand, then ended up being more at him and skipped under his glove. This one roped hard towards the Bates dugouts. It bounces all the way past third base off their fence. They have the third base dugout. And the righty Swift turned on that thing. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Swift. Maldonado comes set. He takes a peek over at first, and now he'll go. A slow kick. A curveball drops in for strike 2. 2-2. Here the count to David Swift. Big spot again for the Owls. Every spot in a game like this against a team like this seems big in the early innings. Maldonado delivers. The pitch. A curveball roped down the line. Out ahead of it as it's out of play. And Swift will take a second and now step back into the box, but he has done that a couple of times. Fouled off these curveballs from Maldonado. The lefty throwing to the righty. We'll see what he tries to do here. Still 2-2. A slide step. The pitch misses. No, it hit him. A curveball, it hit him inside. It was going to be a ball nonetheless and be 3-2, but instead it'll be a free pass. So an error and a hit by pitch. 2 guys aboard here with 2 down for Bates. And they have a runner in scoring position. They'd love to take advantage of it. Henry Prince, the DH, now the batter. Sullivan, the runner on second. Maldonado has done a great job pitching from ahead until this inning. Here is the pitch on the ground to Murphy, and it kicks off him out into shallow left field. Picked up by Chadwick. He can't pick it up cleanly, and around third to score is Gibby Sullivan, and Bates gets back up top 2-0. That one's scorched over at Murphy. Ball 1 here to John Federico. That one scorched at Murphy. We'll rule it a base hit there as he got all of it. Runners are on the move. This one hit into left field for a base hit. They'll score another. Picked up there by Mitchell Clay, putting on the brakes at second, but then across to score is Swift. Henry Prince holds up at second. It's first and second, and Bates has opened it up now to a 3-0 lead with the 2-out hitting. So all these runs are going to be unearned on Maldonado here in this inning. The 2 runs with 2 outs would have been avoided had the error not happened down the line to Murphy. They'd have been out of the inning. So not going to hurt his ERA any, but still the Owls would have loved to get out of this inning down just 1. And they were very close to doing so. He had 2 strikes on a couple of batters, but Bates has now had a couple of hits in a row. First and second, and the hitter will be Tyler Tucker, the third baseman. He checks over at second. It's into center field, but Perez backs it up, and he'll have to hold up. That is Prince at second. Federico, the runner, at first.
Get it out of here, boy.
2 down in the inning. Been that way for a while. Maldonado comes set and deals a curveball, fouled back off the body of Tyler Tucker, actually. And a first pitch strike. Maldonado out of a slide step now. Misses low. That never got there. It's 1-1. Might have been a changeup. There, that pitch to Tucker. Maldonado takes a look at second, now goes. This one fouled away. And he gets the 2 strikes again here. That one hits off actually a light pole at another field and bounces right back towards the Owls dugout. We're on field 6 here today at Lake Myrtle, directly perpendicular to field 8 that we played at yesterday. Maldonado comes set. A slide step. Hit on the ground over to third base. Tough play. Bobbled out there. And it'll just be an infield base hit with 2 outs. So the runners will just move up 1 bag. Murphy's had a tough inning over there for Umpy. Just the 1 error we're going to rule. But that one, a tough play between he and Chadwick over in the 5-6 hole. And he couldn't get to it. Garrett was able to scramble and keep it in front, but no outs possible. Base is loaded now with 2 down. Bates a chance to open this thing up as a curveball is in there. A backdoor one for strike 1 to Max Dushny as Tyler Tucker had the infield hit. But Maldonado not on the hook for any of these in this inning. The first one in the first inning was earned. That one misses. 1-1. Similar spot there as the one before, just a little bit further outside. And here's the 1-1 hit the other way this time to right field. 1 hop for Sammy Bay. He cuts it off. He's going to air it out here and beating the throw. And Bates is on top 5-0 thanks to some 2-out hitting from the Bobcats. They have blown it open here. Coach Dakota Morrow's out of the dugout. He'll call time. But the Owls were that close to getting out of this inning. No. So 2 RBI base hit by Max Dushny, the Bobcats catcher. This one was the other way, good inside out swing. All righties in the Bates lineup here today with the lefty on the mound. They must have had the scouting report as who was going to start. But it's all righties in there, and first one, the base hit to right field. 5-0 Bobcats. The Owls were that close to making this a 1-0 game through 2.5, or actually through 3 rather. Going into the 4th, would have had a different outlook on things. As so far their offense has not reached first base, they will disperse out of the mound visit. But frustrating for Umpy. It's been a frustrating week at times. They've had some good moments, but not enough consistency in there. Although, like I said, the Owls, knowing that this is not their best ball of the year, they're going to be a team to not sleep on in the North Atlantic Conference. Maldonado comes set. It's 1st and 2nd now with Joe Yoxel, the 9-hole, up to bat. That one in there for a strike. Maldonado evens it up at 1-1. Been working out of the set this whole time. We got a time here. The batter called a timeout. Joe Yoxel wanted it. Not sure what it was. Just wanted to throw Maldonado off his rhythm, I guess. Take a look at second. Now he'll go. A slide step. That one in there for strike 2. Top of the zone. 1-2. Here to Yoxel, the Bobcats' second baseman. His second AB here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They had a 1-2-3 inning last inning and almost darn near had another one here this inning. And now it's turned into a 4-run affair in this frame. Inching off second is Turner. Maldonado fakes an inside move. It'll be charged to disengagement. That's not a... I don't know what Bates wanted there. They charged it this time. They wanted a balk. That's not a balk. An inside move, you do not have to throw it. Unless they wanted something else. I'm not sure. He takes a look. This one hit hard to shortstop. Chadwick will field it on 1 hop and just take it himself to second. And that'll be the end of the inning. But not before Bates could grab 4 runs. It's 5-0 Bobcats. 1, 2, 3 due up here for the Owls, the top of the order for the second time. They have been set down in order each of the first 3 innings. So Theo Zachariah has faced the minimum, if you'll read between the lines, but not anymore as Ronnie Goldman hits it hard down the third base line. The first hit for up, he's around first. On his way to second, he's in easily with the stand-up double. Ronnie Goldman, the first base runner of the day for the Owls. He jumped on a fastball right away and sent it hard down the third base line. Well done by Ronnie. He has been one of the many bright spots out of the Owls freshmen here this week. The young guys have really stepped up, or freshmen and just newcomers in general. Mitchell Clay, a transfer, has stepped up big at the plate. Goldman now on base, and UMPI wants him on any chance they get, although he's already in scoring position. I wonder if they'll just keep him put here. And that one catches Sammy Bay, or rather, not Sammy Bay, Diego Maldonado in the helmets. A curveball that just never curved, and he will reach with the hit batsman. Now it's Mitchell Clay. Speak of him. First 2 guys reached for the Owls after none of them in the first 3 innings reached. This one hit in the air over to left field, camped under it as Sullivan. Now he'll run hard, but then calling off as the shortstop Federico for out number 1. Carter Murphy, the hitter, that misses low as it's now 2-0. The Owls with the first 2 guys on. 1 down in the inning. Goldman the runner at first, Maldonado the runner at, or Goldman, sorry, at second, Maldonado at first, struggling here. Goldman takes off the pitch, swinging on a miss, and he is out by a country mile there at third base. Perhaps actually swim move it, but no angle for our umpire there. He went with the fact that the throw beat him by a long time. And then Diego Maldonado should have moved up on that. He stayed right at first. Needs to move up there. There'll be 2 down in the inning. Carter Murphy now with 2 outs and just a runner on first after Goldman is erased. That one in there called for a strike. It'll be 2-1. Oh, that's 3-2. Missed a few pitches. Here's a full count pitch. A ball for a curveball that didn't quite drop down enough as Zachariah was strutting off the mound, thought he grooved one day in the inning, but instead it's a 2-out walk, and it'll bring up Garrett Chadwick. Chadwick takes the first one high and out for a ball. This one fouled off the end of Chadwick's back to the backstop. 1-1. Plate umpire asking for some more baseballs. Hector Perez pockets that one. The on-deck batter for the Owls. 1-1 to Chadwick, who is desperate for a base knock. Such a good hitter for the Owls. An all-first-team all-conference choice last year. He swings at this one, hits it in the air to center field. Shallow, very shallow as Ryan, but Keegan Ryan's able to track it down as it was over to his left. And Chadwick is retired, as is the side. The Owls had the first 2 guys reach, and then a caught stealing kind of killed the rally. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 5-0 Bobcats. Showing bunt here is the leadoff hitter Keegan Ryan, leading off for the 2nd straight inning. He fouls it away. The first pitch was a ball low. It'll be 1-1 here to Ryan, who will now have to walk back 90 feet. Two main schools meeting up here for the final game of UMPI's RussMatt. A great pitch from Maldonado. Drops off the table for strike 1. Or strike 2, rather. 1-2. Another one in. He got him. What a pitch from Diego Maldonado. That's a 2nd straight inning that he has struck out Keegan Ryan to lead off the inning. And there is one down. That one, a fastball downstairs for ball 1. It'll be Jack Margiloff now to hit for Bates. He was picked off. He reached last time and then picked off. And that one reached in and hit him in the back foot. So he is on base again. I'm sure he'll be ready for the move this time of Diego Maldonado. Now they're up 5-0. Don't have to be quite as aggressive on the bases. Margiloff, the runner at first. He leads off. Medium lead. Maldonado holds the leg on him. Now it's hit high in the air. Over to right center field. Sammy Bay is calling and will take it here for out number 2. Perez gave chase, but Bay kind of drifted over towards him more, called for it. And the Owls outfield will grab out number 2. Still 5-0 Bates. Part of a 4-run 3rd inning that most of it, or all of it actually, came with 2 outs. Now when a fastball misses in. Maldonado has hit a few guys. He's walked a couple. So some of those free passes have come back to bite him. Just the one error for the Owls. Happened last inning. He'll check on Margiloff over at first. He scrambles back. This one hit hard just over the head of Carver Murphy into left field for a base hit. They're going to wave the runner around second. Now here comes a throw into third. Not in time. As Chadwick covered the bag, but diving in safely is Margiloff. It'll be a single and then advanced on the throw. as they go first to third on the base knock to left field.
Nothing hurt, 4. Here you go, Poppy. You're good. We go now, 4. We go now, 4. No one better, 4. No one better. We go now, 4. We go back. We go, Poppy. You're good. We go now, 4. We go back. Let's go, baby. You're good. We go 4 on board. Mitch. We go 4. Mitch. Mitchell.
A couple of line drive foul balls to start this at-bat here for Henry Prince, as they got 2 guys on in scoring position off the base hit from David Swift. Gibby Sullivan had been put out before him, and so the runner is Jack Margoloff on third. So Margoloff on third and Swift on second, with Prince now another foul ball. Still 0-2 here. Maldonado ahead in the count, needs to put him away right now and this madness and avoid another 2-out rally. Here is the pitch. He misses outside. I believe was trying to get a grip on a changeup. It'll be 1-2. Yeah, Els Duggo trying to help out Maldonado a little bit here and get out of this inning scot-free this time. This one, a fastball, little blooper over the head of Garrett Chadwick. It'll be down. 2 runs are going to score. Not the best piece of hitting, but it works for Bates as they bring in 2-out hitting. Henry Prince this time. 6 of Bates' 7 runs have come with 2 outs here in the last 2 innings. And a tough pill to swallow for Maldonado, who has pitched quite well against this team. Those 2 runs will be earned. And now a turned on hit high in the air to left field. Way back at the pole. It falls foul, actually, just in front of the fence. He just missed that one. John Federico turned on that one, and it dropped foul. Thought for a minute he might have got it for a home run, but it died there at the foot of the fence. So the long strike. No balls and 1 strike. Maldonado to the stretch, fouled straight back, and he's ahead again. He's done a fine job. Really, not much you can say to Diego Maldonado of what he can do better, other than those free passes we mentioned. There's been a few of those, but other than that, I mean, he has pitched a decent ball game here into the 4th inning for the Owls. Faster moving contest. He comes set. This one fouled away again. This one over to the right side. Running out of room is Brock Black. Ronnie Goldman starting his first game for the Owls at second base. Utility guy, mostly right field. He's played a game in center field as well. And gets the start at second here today as Mason Long gets a day off. The pitch hit in the air to center field. Long way to go for Perez. It's down on a hop, and he overran it. It gets by him. Stopping at second, though. And so it'll just be a first to third. May have been able to score after that miscue out in center fields. So Dakota Morrow's out of the dugout again to visit here Diego Maldonado. But he has pitched well for the Owls. You really can't fault him for any of this. Still 7-0. He has thrown 78 pitches. Could have avoided about 30, 35 of them last inning if they could have gotten out of the inning. They ended up scoring 4 more. Our plate umpire will go out to get him here. Dakota Morrow's actually talking to Carter Murphy there at the third baseman. Just kind of psych up some of his guys here, say, hey, they're just finding the gaps now, and that's what this has become. They're just not much the Owls could do defensively. Murphy had a tough last inning. Just the one error it's going to be charged for. But they're finding the gaps. The Owls defense really hasn't lost them this either. Bates is just a good hitting team that even if they're not putting their best swings on it, they're going to find ways to get the gaps. Even if they're not timing up or Maldonado has them a little off balance, they can find a way. Tyler Tucker, the hitters, hitting for the second straight inning. They brought 9 guys to the plate last inning. And this is the 7th one to hit the box in this inning. Second and third, 2 down. Here's the pitch. A curveball upstairs. Ball 1. One and 0. Coming set, the pitch. And that one a fastball in there for strike 1, top of the zone. Down the heart of the plates. One and 1 here to Tyler Tucker. Federico and Prince, the runners aboard. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground, a shortstop. Chadwick fields it, bobbled it for a second, picks it up with his bare hand and on to first for the 3rd out. The Owls do get out of it, but not before Bates could tack on 2 more. A 2-out rally to the Bobcats, writing the story of this one. 6 of their 7 runs have come with 2 outs. Hector Perez to lead off the top of the 5th for the Owls. Great pitch from Zachariah. A curveball that fell off, and he made Perez look a little silly there. Strike 1. Apologize, had my music up there for a moment. That one is a called strike 2. He's got a battle here. The pitch. He swings and misses a high fastball for strike 3, and it's good morning, good afternoon, good night for the first batter of this inning, Theo Zachariah. Still pitching a shutout. His no-hitter ended last inning when Ronnie Goldman led off the inning with a double and was caught stealing 3rd later on. Brock Black now will dig in for his second AB. Is 6-7-8 due up for UMPI. Here's the pitch, and misses high. The pitch in there for a strike. Fastball to start the at-bat with Black. This one fouled away. One misses. High and out, 2-2 here. Black has worked Zachariah just a bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zachariah deals a curveball. He checked his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says our first base umpire. It does strike 3. And Brock Black frustratingly will head back to the dugout. It's back-to-back Ks to start the 5th here for Zachariah. Pitch here to Aiden Toy, misses high and in for ball 1. Toy almost had the first hit for the Owls. His first time up, hit a grounder over to first base, but a stellar play by David Swift, sliding and backhanding it, and then flipping it on to Zachariah on the PFP for the out. That one a called strike. 1-1 here to Toy. The lefty hitter for the Owls and catcher. That one up top. Curveball didn't drop enough. It is 2-1. Here to number 7, Aiden Toy. Owls dugout a little bit quieter today, and for good reason. It's the one bad inning really they can look back on and say this could have been a different game. It's a very worthy opponent. Here is the pitch, and misses outside. 3-1 here to Aiden Toy. He's ahead in the count. We'll see what they give him on 3-1. Zachariah more of a soft-tossing lefty for the NESCAC, but he is very effective with what he does. That one misses down and away. Ball 4. Aiden Toy's aboard with a 2-out walk. Really the first sign of weakness we've seen from Zachariah today, other than the last inning when they got the first 2 guys on. Sammy Bay will be the batter. Up with 2 out and Toy on base. He shows bunt here with 2 down and offered at it, so it's a call or a swinging first strike. We'll check on Toy over at first base. The throw is high, but stabbed out of the air by Swift. And Toy is back in, standing up. 2 down here for Sammy Bay. Big spot for the Owls right fielder, who's had a handful of at-bats this tournament after being an everyday starter last year. Slid into that 4th outfielder role for now, but an explosive player that will also play a role in close games this year. Defensively, he's been a defensive replacement a couple of times, as that one is fouled straight back. And certainly in different situations could be a pinch runner for UMPI as well. They have the depth this year to do things like that, late game scenarios. Here's the 2-strike pitch, swing and a miss in the dirt. And they'll throw it on to first. Bay didn't run it out, and that will be the end of the top of the 5th. 7-0 Bates, we head to the bottom half. The Owls got the runner to reach with 2 outs. Well, that'll end the inning. Bottom of the 5th inning. Looks like we have a pinch hitter to start here for Bates. Really, number 35, Luke Yoon, pinch hitting for the catcher, Max Dushny. That one called first strike as Maldonado's out for his 5th inning of work. Glad to see that, as he was close to probably getting chased last inning, though it was no fault of his own. This one hit hard over to first base. A couple of hops for Brock Black. He'll body it up and take it himself. 3 unassisted for out number 1. Now it's Joe Yoxel, the second baseman and bottom of the Bobcats order in. Maldonado's gotten the first couple of guys out the last 2 innings. They get 3 innings in a row with getting the leadoff guys. That one is a called first strike on the outer half. A swing and a miss, strike 2. He's quickly ahead here of Joe Yoxel. 0-2. The delivery hit on the ground, a shortstop, fielded easily by Chadwick. He takes his time over to first, dug out by Brock Black. A nice pick over there by 27, and it'll be 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th inning. This has been the pattern the last 3 innings. The Owls have done this, but then have surrendered 6 runs after it. I'll get another pinch hitter here for Bates. It'll be in the leadoff spot. So it'll be number 32, Brady Thompson, to hit for Keegan Ryan, the center fielder. We'll see what positions they end up next inning. First pitch, the first lefty for Bates to hit today. That one inside in the dirt for ball 1. Maldonado kicks and a check swing. That one missed inside. He did hold. It'll be 2-0 here to Thompson. The 2-0. And that one will drop in there for strike 1. Good pitch from Maldonado. Good locating. Don't want to give him a cookie with 2-0, but he did get that on the inside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 on the way. Curveball stayed up, and it is 3-1 here. Another hitter's count coming up for Thompson. The pitch swung on and hit hard down to the first base line, but foul. So it ricochets out towards right field. Sammy Bay will have to go and pick that up. It rolled into fair territory. The 3-2 on the way, inside ball 4, and Thompson is aboard with 2 outs and like a broken record. 2 up, 2 down, and then the next guy reaches. So it'll be Jack Margoloff, the batter, who has done some damage the last 2 innings for Bates. Maldonado holds the leg kick, and that one in there for a strike after the 2-out walk. And now he'll turn and check over at first. Almost got him, but he dived back in safely. Brady Thompson was leaning, but he's able to get there. 1 strike here to Margolov. The pitch, a curveball, backdoor one. A good pitch from Maldonado. And he is ahead in the count, 0-2 after the 2-out walk. High leg kick, Thompson stays put, a curveball drops into the barrel, but it's a 2-hopper to Murphy. Tough play, and he's going to beat it out. It'll be an infield hit, then it gets by Brock Black. And moving up to third base is Thompson. Staying at first base will be Margolov, but a weird play there, too long in the air for Murphy to try and get a play on it.
Still got two. Go pop, bring your back.
Ball 1 here to Gibby Sullivan, the 3-hole for Bates as they go first to third on the infield hit as the ball got by. That one misses up. So an infield hit for Margolov. He's on first. Reach for the 3rd straight inning. They'll check over. Now the runner goes. Brock Black's throw. Did he hold on to it? We still don't have a call. Our umpire lost his footing. He's out at the plate. And he paused for dramatic effect. Crazy play there. And the Owls are out of the inning. Wow. That was unreal. And Joe Martin's going to give him an earful, saying he disagreed. It did look like he might have been under, and he'll pat him on the chest, saying, "You're all right." 7-0 is the score. Bates, UMPI does get out of that one unscathed. We head to the 6th inning. Top of the 6th inning, Ronnie Goldman to lead off. He'll certainly try to replicate what he did the last time he led off with a double down the line, the first base runner for the Owls. Luke Yoon will be the new catcher for Bates. Max Dio is the new wing for the Bates Bobcats. He replaces Theo Zachariah. And then Luke Yoon, the new backstop. And then in center field, Jack Markloff slides from right to left. And then Brady Thompson is in right field. Those are all the changes for Bates for now. Here's the pitch to Ronnie Goldman. Runs up and in on him. He had to duck out of the way. And it'll be ball 4. And Ronnie Goldman is aboard. Diego Maldonado will step in. Diego Maldonado steps in, takes the first pitch high for a ball. They'll check on the runner. Goldman at first base. He leads off first, dances a couple of times. He'll stay put on that pitch, but it's way high and wide for ball 2 to Maldonado. Much calmer day here at Lake Myrtle Sports Park. The wind not blowing quite as hard. The sun is out. It's back to feeling like Florida. 3-0 to Maldonado. But the Owls played in a couple of cold days. I mean, the one game against Leslie, the 9 a.m. start on Tuesday, the only morning game, go figures, was the coldest day. It felt like around 39 degrees at first pitch, which the Owls are going to play a lot of that this year throughout the rest of their schedule up in the Northeast, as will Bates. That one a called first strike on 3-0. Maldonado, a disciplined hitter, takes it. And it's 3-1, still ahead in the count. Goldman, the runner, at first base, looking for his sign and his wristband.
Let's go, Poppy!
And he'll take the lead. Goldman with an aggressive lead over there. He stays put, and it's ball in the dirt, and he'll move up anyway. On the walk, Maldonado is aboard. So back-to-back walks to start. Not ideal for Max Dio, who is in on relief here for the 6th inning. So Theo Zachariah will go 5 innings, no runs. Just the one hit. Not a bad performance for him. Mitchell Clay, the hitter. First and second, nobody out. First pitch, high and outside.
Let's go, Mitch!
That one outside as well. Struggling to locate here is Max Dio. 2-0 to Mitchell Clay. He's thrown 9 pitches and just 1 strike so far. And the 1 strike was on 3-0. Clay got to be patient here. He does swing, and that one was a strike down the heart of the plate. 2-1. Fouled back to the backstop. High and outside, 3-1 here to Mitchell Clay. The Owls have something brewing here with nobody out in the top of the 6th inning, down 7 runs. Just want to try to make some damage, get the sticks going. Forget the score, forget this game. Let's get guys on base with their bats. This one fouled over third base line and out of play into the Bobcats bullpen rather. And Mitchell Clay, one of those guys that has had some beauty hits this year. So far this year down in Florida. Had some great backside singles, and they get leaving a huge gap. Left fielder is right camped on the line just about, and he fouls this one away as well. But he's been peppering that left field gap so far this season. Yales would love for him to deposit one in there, and the way it springs off his bat, it would be enough to score Maldonado from first base, and at least enough for him to reach second. Could be a 2 RBI base hit if he's able to drop it there. We'll see. 3-2 now after the foul balls. He turns on one down the right field line, but just foul. About 3 yards foul. He was just out in front of it, and Clay will take his time and walk back to the batter's box and pick up his bat and regather himself. 3-2. Good at bat here from Clay. Runners on first and second. Goldman, the runner on second, will score on anything out of the infield likely. Here is the pitch. He hits it on the ground. Over to second base. High chopper stabbed out of the air there by Joe Yoxel. And it is a productive out by Clay. It moves the runners up, but he is retired after a great at-bat. Carter Murphy will dig in here with one down. They need another productive out here to get a run in. See how the Owls will play this one. Down by 7. But like I said, I don't think they care about the scoreboard. That one called first strike. A little up and in, it looked like to me. I'm a little offset here from home plate in our perch. Just need a good solid swing from the lefty. Any ball that is pulled should get Goldman in. That one low in the dirt. 1-1. He swings and misses, and 1-2 here to Carter. Garrett Chadwick, the hitter on deck. Here is the 1-2, low in the dirt, inside as well, and it is 2-2. The Owls batters with some great ABs this inning. Due up to 19 pitches. There's 6 strikes. 2-2 to Murphy. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. This will be plenty deep enough for Goldman. Ranging over is Margoloff. He makes the catch. Ronnie tags up. They throw it in to the cutoff, and there is no relay throw, as scoring from third is Goldman. That one, strike on the outer half to Garrett Chadwick. It's 1-1 to Garrett. The 1-1, outside corner for strike 2. Similar spots, all 3 pitches. 2 of them called for a strike, 1 of them taken for a ball, and it's 1-2 to Chadwick. 2 down in the inning now after the sacrifice fly. There's a chance to add on one with a base knock. Maldonado, the runner, leads off seconds. It's a good secondary. It's high for a ball, 2-2. That one misses high, and it count is run full here. Garrett Chadwick with a productive at-bat. They need a productive result here from him. Still a huge gap in left center. They got the center fielder playing to the left of second, or to the right of second from our vantage point from behind here. Huge gap with the left fielder on the line. Here's the pitch, and he hits it there over to left center field. Running onto it, it's down for a base hit. Right on cue, Garrett Chadwick finds the hole, and Bates with a terrible defensive positioning there for the pull hitter, Garrett Chadwick. It's 7-2. And it'll be a pinch hitter here, Kalen Coleman, to hit in place of Hector Perez. So Kalen Coleman will pinch hit for Hector Perez here. 2 down, Garrett Chadwick with the RBI single. They had such a big gap. The left fielder was almost on the line. Well, I'm exaggerating. He was very close to the line. And the center fielder, with a righty pull hitter up, was playing like it was a lefty. I guess banking on Chadwick being late on it, but he was not. He hit it over the left center gap. The center fielder, Margoloff, was there to pick it up, but not before Maldonado could round third and score. Coleman, the hitter. That one a called strike, lower outside corner. Coleman, one of the transfers at the semester break for the Owls. He's had a handful of at-bats here in Florida. The 0-1, he swings at it, foul back to the backstop. That was a same spot. This time he defended it, but couldn't put it in play. It's 0-2, he'll have to fight here. Chadwick, the runner, on first. See if he goes here with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Chadwick, a threat to steal, always. He stays put. That one, swing and a miss, strike 3, sorted him. And he is down on 3 pitches. Well, the Owls do grab 2 back. Sacrifice fly and a 2-out RBI from Chadwick. It is 7-2. Gibby Sullivan leads off the bottom of the 6-4 Bates. As Diego Maldonado out there again for UMPI. He's had a great day, 95 pitches, 60 strikes, around 63% for Maldonado. Thank you to my wife Allison for that stat. Doing the live stats over here. Got her trained up well. It's our last game in Florida. That one, a good backdoor curveball for a strike. This one a chopper to shortstop. Chadwick charges, fields the tough hop, and on to first for the out. Nice play by Garrett. That one kind of kicked sideways on him at the end, but he was able to reach up and backhand it out of the air. Kalen Coleman is into the game in right field for UMPI as Sammy Bay slides to center. Hector Perez will be replaced. This pitch hit by Coleman. On a called strike here. The hitter is David Swift. He's been on quite a bit today. That one misses for a ball. This one hit softly over to second base. Long way to go for Goldman. He picks it up in front of him, spikes it onto first, and couldn't be handled by Brock Black. And he will reach on the error.
Go forward, go pump. Ronnie, you're good. Pick it up. Next one. Stand, fellas. Let's go.
It'll be Andrew Fortunato, the pinch hitter here for John Federico, the shortstop, as reaching on the error there was Henry Prince. Goldman kind of rushed the throw there. He had to. It was softly hit. First pitch here to Fortunato misses. This one swung and fouled. Over to the Bates dugout. The pitch hit in the air to center field. Sammy Bay, his first read over there in center, ranges over and makes the catch for out number 2. It'll be F8 for Andrew Fortunato and his pinch hit. Well hit, but just a little under it. This one popped up in the air. First pitch swinging, ranging over is Chadwick, but it drifts further to Goldman, and he is the one to step up and make the play. A scoreless 6th inning for Maldonado. The Owls kind of hanging around here. 7-2 Bates in front as we will head to the 7th inning. Henry Colani, the new wing here for Bates to start the 7th inning. Brock Black's the first hitter. This is a side-winding lefty for Bates. Tall presence there on the mound. The Owls will have to adjust to something they probably haven't seen this year. This one hit on the air to center fields, as making the catch out there is Margolov. Apologize, I'm trying to fix my music there for a second. It's good now. Aiden Toy stepping in for his third AB. And that one misses. Up and in, ball two. He missed outside of the first one, up and in on that one. It's a lefty on lefty matchup. See how Toy handles it. Starts coming at him and then finishes on the plate, and he is able to foul this one away. 2-1 here to Aiden Toy. Everybody else seemed to stay put for Bates. That one misses for a ball. 3-1 here, the count to Aiden Toy. Fouled away again by Toy, and it's 3-2. Toy grounds out to second as they're trying to settle a little Bates substitution there. Just a slow hopper to second. Good at bat for Aiden Toy there, but they were able to get him out as Henry Colani does his job. Sammy Bay, the hitter. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Diego Maldonado has done a heck of a job for UMPI starting the game. The next one, a called strike, and Bay is quickly down 0-2. Still have yet to see Sammy on base this season, I believe, for UMPI. He's dangerous when he gets there. He hits this hard down the first base line. It kicks up, and Bay will take a big turn around first. He's not going to stop. He'll head to second base. The throw is late, and there's a two-out double by Sammy Bay. Right on cue, just as I said, he hadn't been on base. He hits a chopper over the head of David Swift over there at first, and then didn't slow down. Most guys would put the brakes on. It wasn't that far down the right field line. And the right fielder, Thompson, picked it up, but no chance to get the quick, explosive speed of Sammy Bay. Bay with his first hit of 2026. He is on second, and Ronnie Goldman, another explosive runner, is up, and he will take the first one, a strike, down the middle. This game has moved along here to the seventh inning. Hour and 48 minutes if we started right at 4. He swings to this one and sends it to right center field. It's down, a two-out RBI for Ronnie Goldman, and Sammy Bay can walk home. There's the Owls with a little bit of life on offense here. Back-to-back hits, Sammy Bay doing what he does. Ronnie Goldman hitting a backside single to right center, and it's an RBI for Goldman. 7-3 Bobcats. The Owls hanging around here in this one. It's a very formidable opponent. Fouled off by Maldonado back to the backstop. Well, Bates, I'm telling you, 8-1 this year, and they're a NESCAC school. That is the toughest opponent UMPI will face. They're better than Husson, who is probably the next toughest for the Owls. This one hit in the air to left field. It's got a little pop on it. Backing up is Sullivan, and over to make the grab heading towards the line. So the Owls do get a couple of 2 out hits, and they grab one. 7-3 is the score. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Diego Maldonado out for the bottom of the 7th here as he throws that one to the backstop for ball 1. Lost his footing. Maldonado, 106 pitches now with that one. 69 strikes. That is a 65% clip. Allison had the calculator right in front of me. And that one misses down. Two and 0 to Tyler Tucker, the Bates third baseman, takes that one as well, and it's 3-0. Not a good start here for Maldonado, who is already up there in pitches. It's based on a feel thing, though, for the Owls. They say if you feel good, you go. When the Owls bullpen is short as it is late in the week like this, they're going to let him go as he does surrender a 4-pitch walk. No movement from the coaching staff yet. And they'll give him a chance. That'll be Luke Yoon, the catcher who entered the game late to bat, the left-handed hitter. Tucker, the runner on first. A curveball drops out of the zone, he says, for ball 1. Lost my sound there for a second. Looks like I'm back. Here's the pitch, and he fouls it off himself, off the left rib cage there for Luke Yoon. It'll be 1-1. That's the first strike Maldonado's thrown this inning. A slide step for Maldonado. Curveball breaks in, and he fouls it back. That was a sharp one from Diego. Here's the pitch. It misses down. Blocked, snuffed out by Aiden Toy. Maldonado will pick over. Not in time as Tucker dives back in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes is the count to Luke Yoon. The Owls need him to punch out Yoon right here and keep that pitch count within reason. Maldonado takes his time, throws another curveball, and it's chopped foul towards the Owls dugout. Yoon, the lefty hitter, has pulled all of his foul balls here on this at-bat, just trying to spoil that off speed. Here is the 2-2. Chopper to shortstop, and it actually was a line drive over the head of Garrett Chadwick. It acted as. They'll throw it into him. It'll be a double for Luke Yoon in the left center gap. He caught the Owls napping and snagged the extra base. And that will prompt head coach Tim Burns out of the dugout, and that'll be the end of Diego Maldonado's day. But he goes 7+ innings, 7 runs, only one of them, I believe, are going to be earned for Maldonado. And I'll fact check that here as the Owls will head to their bullpen. They're going to, he'll exit to an ovation. He's the pitcher / DH. So he will still be in the lineup. It'll be Romeo Harris to replace him, as the big honkin' righty will head to the mound. He faced 35 batters, 26 at-bats, 116 pitches from Diego, 6+ 7 runs, 3 ended up going down as earned. 9 hits, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, a couple of doubles, and 3 hit batsmen. So a hard-fought day for Diego Maldonado. He earns as much-needed dap-ups from his teammates as Romeo Harris will get loose here. And we'll have our first Owls pitching change of the day. First pitch from Romeo Harris. He shows bunt. He will face the hitter Joe Yoxel in the bottom of Bates' order here. Second and third with nobody down. So he's inherited a bit of a mess. But Diego Maldonado, a gutsy effort from him. 116 pitches. And he certainly has shown that he can pitch against the best competition they'll see all year. This one hit in the air high to right field. Should be deep enough to score the run. Camped under it is Coleman. He will fire it in to the cutoff man. Both runners will move up. And it's a sacrifice fly. Coleman gets his first put out in an UMPI uniform. 8-3 Bates. This one turned on, hit hard to right field. Kalen Coleman will have to track it down off the bat of Thompson. It is going to be extra bases for him. He'll throw it in. Another run scores. And Romeo Harris allows 2, so that'll be both Diego Maldonado's runs. He'll finish with 5 earned on the day. As that's some hard contact to start. The Owls did get an out on the first fly ball, but that one was hit rope down the right field line. Off the bat of Brady Thompson. So now it's Jack Margiloff digging in. Romeo Harris comes set, takes a look up at Thompson at second base. Now he'll go out of the stretch. It's blocked by Toy out in front of him. He'll fire it down to third. Not in time. Had to be dug out by Carter Murphy there. So moving up on the dirt ball is Thompson. That'll go down as a stolen base. It was in front of Aiden Toyd. He made a go at it, but Thompson is there. Dive it in safely. One down in the inning. He's at third base now. So fly ball will bring him in. Here's the pitch, and it is in there for a strike. Good pitch from Harris. Harris throws hard. This is his first year as a pitcher for the Owls. Also catches and DHs at times. That one he kicks and fires for a ball. 2-1. Here to Margoloff. I've butchered his name today. Curveball misses inside. Now when in the dirt, he gets by. Thompson has a good jump, and he's going to score on the passed ball. Margoloff walks, and he is aboard here. Still nobody out here in this bottom of the seventh. (10-3) Bobcats. It was 7-3 entering this inning. Margoloff, the runner on first. He's been on a lot, and he'll go. Toy catches, throws down, but a great jump from Margoloff. And he can run, and he dives in safely. Not much more Toy or Harris could have done. It was a fastball up in the zone, too. And he'll dive in. 2-0 the count here to Gibby Sullivan. Harris just needs to pitch outs. He'll get the Owls out of this inning. He'll go again. This one swung on and hit high to right field. Coleman is over. He's ranging over. It'll get down, drop in there. And then backpedaling is Margoloff. He'll still round third. He was put on the brakes and headed back to second. And he will score an RBI double for Gibby Sullivan. Out of the 3 spot, they're starting to tee off here on Harris. It's 11-3 Bobcats. The run rule, I believe, is in effect here at the RussMatt. The Owls were run ruled earlier against Leslie this week. So if they were able to score twice more in this inning, this game would be shortened. We are in the 7th inning, scheduled to be a 9. Unless otherwise agreed upon, they're going to play the distance. Curveball from Harris drops in there. 1-1. Here to David Swift. Swift is 1 for 2 today. They'll run and throw it down there. Not in time. Couldn't get the tag on him. And it'll be stolen bag for Sullivan. They've stolen third twice this inning. Actually, thrice this inning they've stolen third. And a steal of second as well. They're just have Romeo Harris timed up. 1 down in the inning. It's 2-1 here. Swing and a miss. David Swift fans on that one. 1 for 2 today with a walk. Swing and a miss. He got him. What a pitch from Romeo Harris. Toy will have to throw it to first quickly because the runner was on third, and he will get him. Man, what a pitch from Romeo Harris. Swift was guessing on that one. And that'll be out number 2 of the inning. Awesome pitch from Harris. He's got some good stuff. If he could just command it well, he'll be very effective out of the bullpen for the Owls. This one hit hard over to second base, stabbed by Goldman. He jumps in, leaps in, and grabs it. And the Owls are out of the inning. They'll play at least one more at-bat here as Bates was unable to get to the run rule. But they do score 4 times, and they lead it 11-3. Top of the 8th coming up here. The Owls will try to get something going on offense. Mitchell Kley will be the batter. I just was informed. I've been saying his name wrong the whole time. It's spelled K-L-E-Y, and it's pronounced Kley. His mother came over and very nicely asked me, or didn't even ask me, just told me, informed me, and I said I'd rather be informed than say it wrong, as I have been saying it wrong all tournament long. So Mitchell Kley, the batter for the Owls here to lead things off in the 8th. 11-3 Bobcats is the score. The first pitch sailed above his head for ball 1. Carter Murphy on deck. Here's the pitch, inside, no, down and inside for a ball. 2-0 to Kley. Have to put that in the pronunciation guide for this year. I don't think anybody will get that right from looking at it. It's a 1-syllable name. Ball outside, 3-0 to Mitchell.
Come on, Mitch.
Here is the 3-0. He'll let it go. Actually, it is a called first strike, the bottom of the zone. Mitchell knew it. 3-1, a hitter's count to a good hitter. Here in the pitch, it's in the dirt, ball 4. Ian Allen, by the way, is the new wing for Bates, the 4th pitcher to take the mound today. Theo Zachariah, Max Dio, and Henry Kolani have all thrown. 9-inning games often are an bullpen effort. Kley leads off first base. Here's Murphy, the batter. And the pitch is swing and a miss. That one down in the dirt. Murphy was attacking. Strike 1. This is up high. 1-1 to the Nova Scotia native for the Owls. A couple of Canadians in the starting lineup today. Murphy and Brock Black, hails from New Brunswick. Here's the pitch. Up high, Kley runs. The throw is offline to the left of second, and he is in there safely with a stolen base. misses inside. Allen has been wild here to start this inning. 3-1 to Murphy, the second consecutive hitter to get to 3-1. He comes set and deals right down Broadway. 4-2. Murphy lets it go. Didn't like it, which is fine to take there in that scenario. And it is now full. He'll have to protect the plate a little bit better. The 3-2 outside, ball 4. Cly will stay put at second. It scampered away for a moment from the catcher Luke Yoon. But he'll scramble for it, make him stay put. But first two guys reach on walks. That's the second time today that Bates relievers have walked the first two hitters for UMPI. And now it's Garrett Chadwick, who is 1 for 3 today, an RBI single his last time up. They're still going to play him with a humongous gap between center and left. Up high, ball 1. I mean, the center fielder is continuing, that's Margoloff out there, continuing to move towards right field. He is a solid 10 feet right of second base. And then the left fielder is straight up and very shallow. 1-0 here to Chadwick. He hit that gap last time, and there is no adjustment for the Bobcats. Maybe they know something I don't, as that one is grooved for a curveball. Strike 1. Nobody out here. The top of the 8th. Swung on and hit hard to left field. This one down the line. It'll get down. He's going to send Cly. Here comes the throw to the cutoff man. They'll throw it home. He's safe. Mitchell Cly slides in there safely. Decent relay from Bates, but he was just quicker, as it is an RBI single. Garrett's second of the day, and he's 2 for 4 down the left field line this time. And it dropped in there. And the Owls have another run. 11-4. Coach John Martin is out of the dugouts here to talk to his reliever, Ian Allen. And he is going to go right to his bullpen. A rocky outing for Allen, so there'll be a change here. Looks like it'll be number 21, Alex Frymoyer. Here out of the bullpen, as we'll let him warm up. The Owls have some runners on. It's 11-4. Kalen Coleman will dig in here and face Alex Frymoyer, the 6th pitcher to take the mound today for Bates, as that one is low in the dirt. Actually, sorry, the 5th pitcher for the Bobcats. And a lot of the guys out of the pen have struggled to throw strikes early on. That is the reason why the Owls have first and second right now, in addition to the base knock from Chadwick that brought in a run a second ago. Ball 2, low and outs. The Owls have not rolled over on this game. which is admirable. Down 7-0 early to a NESCAC opponent. You might mail it in, but the Owls have done anything but that. They have fought for some runs. They have fought on the mound. Diego Maldonado done an excellent job. You could point back to that, I think it was the third inning when he had the first two guys out and then gave up 4 runs. Really could have changed the complexion of this game. 4-pitch actually, one that is a called strike at the top of the zone to Coleman. He was headed down to first base. He thought it was up top. But he'll have to get back in there. 3-1. He was taken anyway. And now he'll get to walk down to first base. A 5-pitch walk of Coleman. And Fry Moyer struggles on his first batter as well. Brock Black is up now with the bases drunk here and nobody out in the inning. Brock Black still the hitter here, and that one kicks away. And now retreating for a second, but heading home is Carter Murphy. And the Owls will plate another across, and all of them will move up. It's a passed ball, and everybody will move up 90 feet. 11-5 is the score. Swing and a miss by Brock Black. He has a chance here to really make this a little bit interesting. 11-4 with 2 runners in scoring position. Black had an RBI base hit yesterday. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Three balls, 1 strike to Brock Black. The 3-1, right down the middle. Called strike 2. That was the one Brock Black would have wanted. A 3-2 above his head, ball 4. Another walk this inning as the Owls will continue to get guys on base. And out is Coach John Martin yet again. It looks like he's going to go to his pen again. He will. Another pitching change here in this inning. Ezra Pate, the new wing for the Bobcats, the 6th pitcher to throw today for Bates, and his first pitch is a ball outside to Aiden Toy. 6th arm that the Owls have seen today. 11-5 is the score. The bases are loaded. Nobody outs. The pitch. Toy hits it in the air to center field. Backpedaling is Margoloff. He is under it. And now taking off from third base is Garrett Chadwick. He's in safely, diving. It kicks away from the catcher. The runners will stay put. We'll see if Bates decides to appeal this. And it looks like they will decide. We'll see. Did he appeal it? Did he leave early? No, he did not. So the sacrifice fly will count. Coach John Martin barking at our home plate umpire for that one.
I was getting ready for this play. Yeah, I was assuming that was what was coming because I knew you didn't want 6.3 or I was literally thinking just hit the ball.
First and second, 1 out. And it's 11-6. Sammy Bay, who doubled in his last at-bat, will take ball 1. Top of the order looming for the Owls. Ronnie Goldman's on deck. He's 2 for 3. With a double and a backside single. Here's the pitch. Outside to Bay, 2-0. The Owls making things interesting here in the top of the 8th inning. Thanks to some Bates free passes. There's 5 hits in the game for the Owls, 6 runs from them. The pitch to Bay, actually going to turn around and throw it to second base, diving back safely is Coleman. Bay waits on this one, but he hits it high in the air, retreating back behind first base, and over to make the catch is Joe Yoxel, the second baseman. And there are 2 away. Bay could see the curveball coming. He threw the barrel to it, but it was a pop-up and an infield fly. It'll be Ronnie Goldman now to bat with 2 outs. He's had a solid day at the plate, 2 for 3 with a double, including the first base runner for the Owls back in the top of the 4th inning. Pate comes set and deals. That one a called strike at the top of the zone to Goldman. It'll be 0-1. Two and 1. 1-1 rather. To Ronnie. 2 down in the inning. Coleman the runner on second. Brock Black the runner on first. That's a ball. 2-1. Reminder, the records of these teams: Bates 8-1, UMPI 2-6. That one a called strike on the outer half. 2-2. Ronnie fighting here for UMPI and trying to keep this rally going. There's the 2-2. Goldman hits it to third base. It's under the glove of Tucker over there. It'll be an error. Around third comes Coleman. He'll score, and the Owls are still going here in the top of the 8th. They'll take them any way they can get them. That one an E5 on Tucker, right through the wickets. We've seen it. Both third basemen now have made errors today. Over in that spot. The dirt is not predictable here at Lake Myrtle. I will defend these guys. The dirt does tend to skip. Now it's Diego Maldonado, first and second, 2 down. 11-7 is the score. He checks his swing. They'll appeal to our umpire in the middle of the infield. He says he doesn't go. Hit on the ground to second base. He rolled over, picked up, and on to first for the outs. But the Owls score 4 times. They have cut it back to a four-run game, 11-7. We head through the bottom of the 8th inning. Bates will try to get some of those back here as Romeo Harris is out to work for the 2nd inning. Bottom of the 8th inning, Romeo Harris out to work for his 2nd inning. And that one drops in there for a strike, a curveball. Federico, the hitter, Federico, Tucker, and Yoon due up for the Bobcats. On a fastball, misses high and outside. 1-1. That one in there. Strike 2. Harris starting to locate better on the inside corner. The 1-2 chopped foul over towards the Bobcats dugout. A curveball that he was out in front of. He's able to fight it off. Harris threw a beautiful curveball earlier. This one hit hard up the middle. It'll be a base knock. Harris jumped out of the way. It almost clipped him on the shin. It's a good piece of hitting by Federico, a leadoff single. Tyler Canna will be a pinch hitter here for Bates in place of Tyler Tucker. Runner's going to stay at first base when fouled straight back to the backstop. Harris comes set. Federico, the runner on first. He's moving. A curveball for a strike. Tough to throw out a guy on a curveball as Federico dives in safely. It'll be a stolen bag for him, but it's a called strike. 0-2 now. To the pinch hitter, Kana. Federico in scoring position. Nobody out. Harris will go to the plates. Curveball blocked by Toy. That was a good job well done by Harris. He had looked back at the plate after looking at the runner once. The runner started to cheat off, Federico did, and then he looked back again, and that prevented him from basically stealing the base there. That's well done by Harris, who is fairly new to pitching. Although catchers are very smart players in that regard, in the pickoff regard as well. He'll look back a couple of times and go. The runner does go. Another curveball, impossible for Toy to throw him out. That one misses upstairs, and it's another stolen bag for Federico. They move him up to third base. One ball, two strikes for the pinch hitter, Kano. He chops it foul, third base line. Two balls, two strikes. Here's still working out of the stretch, even though the runner is on third. Here's the 2-2. It's fouled to the backstop, almost gassed him up. And Kana hangs around. Joe Yoxel will come and pick it up. Tried another curveball. This one misses outside. 3-2. Good battle for the pinch hitter here. That one misses, ball 4, and it gets to the backstop. This will score the run as Federico comes around to score. 12-7 now is your score. Harris struggling to locate that curveball now. And that'll bring up Luke Yoon, the catcher here, at the 8th spot in the Bobcats order.
Way better, Rome, way better. Nice job, Rome, way better. Here we go, right here.
They check on the runner at first base, but diving in safely is Kana. Harris comes set, takes a look at him, and now we'll go. The pitch misses middle in to Luke Yoon. And one outside. Runner goes. Toy throws down a short. Not in time. He slides in around the tag of Chadwick. It was close. That was the closest one in a while, but he still has another stolen base. A lot of those today for Bates. I'll pull up the live stats to get the exact number. Ten stolen bases for the Bobcats today. That is wild. Ball 4, Yoon is aboard. First and second, Dakota Morrow's out of the dugout. I think this is the third visit for Umpy here today. So anything after this will have to be a pitching change. Still 12-7, nobody out here at the bottom of the 8th. Joe Yoxel, the batter, out of the mound visits. Here's the first pitch to him. It's a curveball in the dirt, and it is first and second here for Bates. Nobody out. They've scored one already this inning, with Federico stealing second and third, and then scoring on a wild pitch. There's a pitch, swung on, hit hard to center field. That's in front of Sammy Bay. He'll field it. They're going to give him the stop sign at third base. And they cut it off. Brock Black swoops in to grab it at the back of the mound. Good, solid hit from Joe Yoxel. And he is on base. It's bases loaded here, nobody out. The Owls had that situation last inning. And they scored 4 runs out of it. We'll see what Bates does with it. They've already scored 1 here so far today. So far this inning. As now it'll be Brady Thompson, the hitter. Base is juiced. Oh, he waves and misses at the first pitch. Beautiful off speed from Harris. He tunneled it well. Thompson was sitting fastball there. Harris had a couple of those pitchers where he's made Bates look silly, but a little inconsistent as well when locating that pitch, and he does it again. Thompson's able to foul it off, but very off-balance swing, a defensive swing. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. This would be a big punchy if he could get him. Thompson hitting in the leadoff spot. Here's the pitch. Another curveball. 3 straight hooks for Harris. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thompson is down, and there is 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th. That was a job well done by Romeo Harris. Nasty. Another one drops in there for a strike. That's 4 straight curveballs he's throwing for a strike. Good to see. There's a pitch. It's swung on and belted to left field, down for a base hit. Clyde picks it up. He'll throw it into the cutoff. It'll just score 1, but a 2-out RBI for Jack Margeloff. And Bates plates another across. 13-7 it is, as he sat on it that time and sent it to left field.
You're good, Romeo.
So Bates is still drunk here. 1 out in the inning. Strike at the knees, a fastball, great pitch to Gibby Sullivan. This one turned on, but it is well foul. Hits the fencing along the left field line. Kicks out towards the foul line. Out in front of it was Sullivan. Curveball, chopper to second base. Double play in order. Chadwick hits a short hop on a second for 1 to first. Not in time. He beat it out. So it'll be a fielder's choice and a run in. So he'll earn the RBI there. 14-7 Bobcats. David Swift, the hitter here. Runners at the corners with 2 down in the inning. Oh, sorry. Harris takes a look at the runner at first. He'll pause and come set. The pitch. Diving in to keep it in front is Toy. Misses outside. Runner goes. Toy throws it down there. Not in time. It'll be a stolen base, but staying at third will be the runner, Joe Yoxel. The pitch to Swift. In there for strike two. He thought it was ball four. 3 balls, 2 strikes to David Swift. Runners on second and third here, 2 down. See what Harris can do with him. The pitch hit hard off the foot of Romeo Harris and picked up by Chadwick. It'll be an infield base knock for Swift and a 2-out RBI. As Harris wore that in the bottom of the shoe. He's just going to walk it off. Ended up in the glove of Chadwick, but had no play at first base off the ricochet. 15-7. Bates continuing to apply some pressure here in the bottom of the 8th. Romeo will walk it off here as Tim Burns makes his way out to the mound to give his pitcher some time. It's not a visit because it's an injury. Actually, Romeo Harris will exit to an ovation as he's still limping, so hopefully that is something that's just a bruise and a stinger, as the Owls will turn to Mason Long, who was supposed to have a day off today, but he's on to pitch here. And Long threw in long relief to get the win 2 days ago against Keokuk College. They're going to actually inspecting his glove to see if this is legal to throw with, and they're going to say he's good, it looks like. So Mason Long, the new wing for the Owls, still trying to get out of this bottom of the 8th inning. Bates has scored 3 times to make it 4 times to make it 15-7. As Long will warm up, we'll give him a moment and be back here hopefully for the last of the 8th. Two down in the bottom of the 8th. Runners at the corners for Bates. Mason Long, the new wing for the Owls. First pitch, a curveball, a slider actually for strike one. Fanning at it was Andrew Fortunato, the designated hitter. He pinch hit in his last at bat. Swift, the runner at first base. He looks at him and now will deliver another slide piece for strike two. That's what he made his living on against Keokuk. No balls, 2 strikes. See what he does here. How about another one? And he got him The slide piece from Mason Long, a 3-pitch strikeout. And he fans Fortunato, but not before Bates could grab 4 more runs in the 8th. The Owls down to the last ups. We head to the top of the 9th inning, 15-7 Bobcats, but an impressive relief appearance for Mason Long. A short one from Long, as it just took 3 sliders to do it. Mitchell Clyde, the hitter here to lead off the inning. Clyde will take that one for a ball. Brushed it back off the plate, ball 2. Actually, ball 3. Clyde is ahead in the counts. Called strike. The outside corner. This one hit over to second base, diving to get a glove on it, up onto the knees, he throws him out. What a play by Joe Yoxel at second base. Took a hit away from Mitchell Clyde, and not much Mitchell can do other than tip his cap at that one. Great play from Yoxel. He's battling the sun too, the right side of the field. First baseman, second baseman, right fielder, all kind of reckoning with the sun behind us. Carter Murphy will take strike 1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Ezra Pate pitching into the 9th here for Bates. He's ahead 0-2 here. Swing and a miss, strike 3, a foul tip in the mitt, and Murphy is down on strikes. 2 down in the 9th. First 2 guys out. Nails down to the last at-bat here at the RussMatt. Pitch in there for a strike. Top of the zone. Chadwick checking with our plate umpire. Apologize, I left my music on again. I had the window open in another tab. Down to the last strike here are the Owls. 2 down in the 9th. Garrett Chadwick trying to extend this game for at least another batter. Pate looks in for his sign and comes set. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And this game is in the books. The Bates Bobcats play on an early 7-0 lead, and they ride it all the way to a 15-7 victory. The Owls hung around and fought hard. It wasn't enough in the end, but a very good team, these Bates Bobcats, and UMPI hung with them today, and they have a lot of positives to take away from this one, unlike yesterday where they had a few slip away that they could have had wins on. This one, you're going into it, you kind of know what you're up against, and Bates is able to get the win, but the Owls do have some positives to look at going home. They'll finish their Florida trip 2-7. Bates will improve on the year to 9-1 with a few games left at the RussMatt, as the Owls will fly back to Presque Isle hopefully tomorrow, pending how things go in the air travel business. But we appreciate you listening to these radio broadcasts here on UMPI Athletics. I'm Ricky Goupille. It was a pleasure to have you, and we'll see you again on our next broadcast, whatever it may be, during our spring sports season.